All right, Liberty Bowl, Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis, Iowa State. We've got Iowa State now 8.5-point favorites, 57.5 the total in this game. It is close to home for Memphis. There's no question. That's definitely an advantage for them. And they are an underdog. And look, I'm not a fan of this Memphis team. You guys know that. I've said this over and over again, and I don't like this coach either. I think this program's gotten worse, not better, under his tutelage, Silverfield. I think his days are numbered. And I don't know. I don't think they're going to make a change yet. But I think if he's back next year, it's going to be clock's ticking on him. Let's put it that way.
But he went 9-3 this year. It's going to be a couple more years.
That brought him some time. To me, they're not an impressive. Like you're right, that's actually a very good record. But to me, they're not an impressive 9-3. Not on defense anyway. The defense is absolutely wretched. They're very fortunate they outscored their problems in a lot of their wins because Seth Hennigan, did have a very good year. They've got good running game. They've got Rock Taylor leading a pretty good receiving core for Memphis. So that bailed them out so many a time. But now you're going to have to face Iowa State, and Iowa State can play pretty solid defense and maybe at least try to take away this Memphis explosiveness offensively. Like Memphis is a terrific offensive team. There's no question. Like 45, 45, 59, 44, 34, 45. Those are the points they scored in their last 6 games. Iowa State, I'll tell you what, though, they actually showed in a couple of their games down the stretch. Defense played really well early. I look at it and I see they gave up 27 to Oklahoma State, 50 to Oklahoma, 28 to Kansas, 26 to Texas, 35 in their final game of the regular season against Kansas State. So to me, the more you dig into it, the more it looks like Iowa State's defense, more so great against the mediocre to below average offenses. But when they had to face an offense that could move the football and put up points and have that explosiveness, that's where they struggled a little bit. Now, Memphis does have 2 key O-linemen that are in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
2 of them are starting, and including the left tackle, Pounders. He's gone. He's in the transfer portal. So that does hurt for this offense. This is a great offense, but you're talking about your starting left tackle not playing. Your right guard's also in the transfer portal. Keep that in mind. We'll have to see. There's a couple injuries on the defensive side of the ball for Iowa State in this game. It looks like they've got a couple of injury concerns, not so much with the transfer portal. All the transfer portal guys are bit players, backups, not key starters. So that's the good news for Iowa State. But Malik Verdon, one of their better safety players, might miss this game due to injury. He's important. Keep that in mind. There's also a potential that another one of their very key secondary players may miss, and that's not what you want to see here against an offense like Memphis. I am concerned with the left tackle being out, but is that going to be enough to slow down this offense? I'm not so sure. You look at Iowa State on offense, Rocco Beck, a work in progress. But again, much like I said with Memphis or Iowa State's defense, when they faced a better offense, they struggled. I think when Iowa State steps down in class to face a weaker defense, they're capable. We did see them score 34 against Oklahoma State, 27 against TCU, 30 against Cincinnati, 30 against Baylor, 45 against BYU, 42 in the final game against Kansas State. So that offense, against some defenses that aren't as good, Iowa State showed they could move the football. I am very interested in over 57.5 in this game. I very much am. I expect this probably to make my card. I think I will be on the over in this game. I think Iowa State, when you look at their offense, this is a chance to go up against one of the weaker defenses they faced all year. And I think when you look at Memphis's offense, Iowa State's defense struggled with the speed of the better offenses on their schedule. And Memphis does have plenty of that and plenty of quick strike ability. So I would look at an over here more than anything. What do you think, Conor? Liberty Bowl.
Over. Memphis, dead over team. I don't think they can stop Iowa State. Also, if you want to bet something, I think you look at Iowa State team total. If you're a little worried about laying, the 9 here in this one. And why it gets over, because, I think Memphis can get some. This Iowa State defense just hasn't been what it has been in the past. You talked about those points they've given up to some of those teams. Shout out to my guy, G. What's up, my man? So, I just think the 9-3 record is flawed. We all know that the teams that they played. They did have a good win early on in the year against Boise. Boise kind of a different team. But same old Memphis here. But as a dog, it's interesting. I don't know though. Like I would stick to their team total and the over, and then even taking them as a dog. And that's when the only time I ever take, and we talk about this. You never play points with Memphis. Only take them as a dog. But I don't even think this is enough. I would need over 10 to even look their way. So points, points, points.
I think if you bet Iowa State before it got above a touchdown, that's a really good look. Iowa State at anything -7 or better. I'm a little bit not as interested now at 8.5, but I don't want Memphis. I don't trust Memphis's defense here because say what you will about their offense, which is going to be able to keep them in it. That defense, this is a team that could run them over. In my opinion, because Iowa State's offense did get better. They basically put up that big number against Kansas State late in the season. That was extremely impressive. It tells you this offense is coming around. Beck's getting more comfortable. They're running the ball better. That's trouble for Memphis. Memphis is going to have to score and score a lot if they're going to cover this number, in my opinion, even getting 8.5 like they are as underdogs in this one.